Well, hello, and thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas. My name is Danny Deals on behalf of executive producer Hurricane Lopez and supervising producer Stock Karen. We would like to say hello and welcome and hello. This broadcast is dedicated to someone very special, Princess J, and of course, our little Guso cutie cutes. Guys, today I would like to talk with you about Gamida Cell Limited, ticker symbol GMDA. Guys, this is a stock I have been invested in for a couple of months. They recently got their FDA approval granted on their stem cell therapy drug. Basically, this makes transplants work better. I don't understand all the science behind it, as people are quick to point out, but I do understand that this stock is tremendously undervalued, and I believe the stock's fair value is somewhere closer to the $11 to $12 mark. Realizing that would be, 4 or 5x, even more than 5x from here. Guys, today the stock was down 1 cent, 0.5%, down up 2 cents again after hours thus far. So sitting at $1.96. Market cap is just about $200 million. The volume today was weak, 1.15 million shares. Average volume spiked up to over 5 million shares, just because there has been so much action on the stock ever since that FDA approval just recently, wasn't that long ago, just a couple of months. Um, so the stock was in a lot of financial trouble. March came down, made a low. Then they got the announcement that was April 14th. Then over the week, the stock just gapped all the way up from 82 cents to $1.70, settled in that $1.60 range, then gapped up again to just over $2. And the stock ran up at one point there, as you can see. I don't know what it was, 240, 250, 240-ish. And then it's been traded just right back down and found support again here in the low 190s. So, guys, what can we expect to happen with the stock? What's going on with the stock? Just want to go over a couple of events very, very quickly. Um, as far as news, we saw late last month the CFO changed to Terry Coelho, and doing a little bit of research and looking at this person, we see that they are a deal maker. They bring in money, they do financing. So this, a lot of people interpreted this as an indication that they are out there in the marketplace, and this is a big player ready to make a deal. Guys, as far as the hedge fund holdings, this is a little bit deceptive. First off, analyst forecast. Where are we? We're an average strong buy, four ratings, 7.50%. As far as Ortex has five analysts, all with a buy rating, similar target, like 8%. So, guys, we got a lot of upside. The best analyst, I believe, in this space, Vernon Bernardo with H.C. Wainwright, who's a five-star rated analyst and just really an expert in this space. Just last month reiterated his buy at $11. The rest of the analysts are buys at either $6 or $7. So even the low end of analysts upside has us 300% up, or 200% upside, excuse me, from these levels. Guys, another point I want to make is that there's fairly heavy ownership. If you look at Yahoo, just sort of end of March, as they just go quarter by quarter, they don't necessarily have everything updated. But comparing that to more current, 21% insider ownership, 33% institution, and we've seen, guys, a lot of additions. On April 19, just one day after the announcement, Heights Capital came in for 7 million shares, a new position. FMR, which already had almost 7 million shares, bought an additional 500,000 shares. Stone Pine Capital came in for almost 5 million shares. Novartis, which is really, really great to see for many reasons. I'm sure you can figure out 4.34 million they held, and that was raised by 1,000 shares. You continue down, guys, and you see that there are a lot of smaller institutional investors in the stock, and a heck of a lot of money came into the stock after the FDA clearance was announced. So, guys, we look over to the short interest. You can see something very, very strange here. If you look at 1 month, the short interest value has come down 43%. The estimated short interest at 4.3% says it's been reduced by 40% from 7, but the free float on loan has increased 45%, guys. Let me give you a pop quiz, hotshot. Do you know why a stock's estimated short interest would go way down while the percentage of the free float on loan would go way up? Curious, isn't it? And then the shares on loan also way up, and then days to cut. Now, pretty much you're going to think like the float's been increased. That doesn't really explain it, guys. And the utilization at 58%. Think about the cost to borrow, guys. Coming in at 35%. That's very high when you're talking about only 4% short interest. So something a little bit odd is afoot here on this short. I'm not really buying it. Days to cover have come down. Of course, there was an offering, guys. Don't forget that. That's critical because on, I believe it was April 14 or just before the weekend, then they announced the FDA approval, and like the 18th is when the stock gapped up, and then the 19th they announced an offering. So, there's a lot coming at you with this stock. In terms of the insider buys, not much going on the last 3 months. Again, Ortex has this analyst, 5 buys, 0 holds, 0 sells. Um, we have volume kind of for the last week was at 3 million, 2 million, 1 million, back to 2 million, and then 2.5 million. Today, guys, volume, I believe, fell back down, yeah, to 1.15 million. So volume is decelerating, and the stock is just trading like it's in a barcode pattern here. Um, Let me take a look at this chart. So, guys, if you look, basically, I don't want to go on and on about these charts. I've taken a look at them before, but I feel like the stock is definitely in an uptrend. It was in a downtrend until about, you know, July of 2022, did this massive pump and dump, came right back down to that same level at $1.62. You saw that was support in, you know, uh, July 2022, fell all the way back down there in September 22, traded along there, acting as support till November 2022, broke back down below the line. Basically, not exactly, but this line basically became resistance, and it traded right along this line, just a very critical level. $1.60, $1.61, $1.62, that level. And you can see that was a critical level. The stock kept gravitating toward that mark. So buyers and sellers were coming together there. We got the massive dump and then the pump on news. And then again, the stock trades along that $1.62 level. And then again starts to break out to the upside, came up, and then you see that it again round tripped from $2, broke up to 222, back down to 2, back up to 250 or 255, whatever that is, and then again back down to the 2 area, fallen just below 2. Guys, you can see what happened here. We had a Golden Cross event less than a week ago in trading days. Since then, the stock has been pushed down slightly further against this trend line. I believe that we will see volume pick up and the stock move to the upside. I just don't believe there is that much downside from here. When you want to talk about a critical level to break, guys, I believe we definitely are going to find support again at this $1.60 level if that becomes necessary. I believe more importantly, we're going to find support bouncing off this trend line, and which is also going to correspond almost exactly to the 50-day moving average. Critical levels, guys. This is it. This is it, guys. We're talking $4 and what are we talking? What are we talking? $4 and 44 cents, guys. Okay, why is that a critical level? Let's take a look, guys. All the way back out here in September of 2019, the stock came all the way down, came back up, found resistance at approximately this level, traded all the way along here, basically barcoding along here, did a dump and pump, did a huge pump and dump, again, came back down, found support right about this level, traded along sideways, consolidated right approximately this level again, huge pump, came all the way back down. You see it again gravitating toward this level, bounces off right here. This is November 2021, back down to 250, all the way back up, finds that exact same line pretty much in March of 2022. That's when we go back down and we start respecting this golden downward trend line. Test it again here in August. Trade down, mess with it, test it again here as we come into what I believe the transitionary period, right where this gold line crosses into this mint green wedge, approximately the same color the two Utes were driving when they shot the store clerk in My Cousin Vinny. Guys, so what I see here, basically, after all this, you see how important this line is at $4.44 or whatever this particular level actually is. I don't know. It's kind of, it doesn't go by the penny, but you can see, guys, basically the stock keeps gravitating to that line here, 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 and I believe it's going to be here, guys. What we're seeing, we saw the golden cross. We have to see the stock come off of this mint green lower bound line, not make it down to support here at that light blue line. So it's going to come off that 50-day moving average and go up. I don't want it to moon or do a shooting star pattern. Basically, what I would like it to do is work its way up. It'll probably come up here, retest a little bit, up and retest. And would like to see it meet that resistance level, that sort of key pivot point of $4 and roughly 40 cents, 45 cents, and we'll see where we go from there. But I believe we certainly should be able to break out above that level because I believe the stock is worth 11 or 12 bucks. Guys, Gamida is going to host an investor day. This is going to be on June 29, 2023. The Investor Day will feature presentations by two thought leaders in stem cell transplant, Stephen M. Devine, MD, Chief Medical Officer at the National Marrow Donor Program, Be the Match, who will discuss the unmet needs in stem cell transplant, and Usama Gurgis, MD, MBA, Director of Stem Cell Transplant and Immune Cellular Therapy, Department of Medical Oncology, Sidney Kimmel Cancer Center, Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who will discuss the clinical landscape for patients in need of stem cell transplant. Additionally, the program will feature presentations by the Gamida Cell executive team regarding Omasurge, which was approved April 17, 2023 by FDA for patients with hematologic malignancies who are planned for allogenic I'm so bad with these science medical terms. Hematopoietic stem cell transplantation. Please see full prescribing information. Guys, could be an exciting catalyst, could be something announced. It's very, very hard to say. They're working extremely hard behind the scenes. If you want to catch any of these conferences, you want to hear the replay of Jeffries, which the CEO, Abby, what's her name? I heard that I couldn't re-access the presentation for some reason. They might have taken it offline, but she is absolutely excellent. I encourage you to listen to that presentation if you have the desire. Guys, Zach's research, our research, your success. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan in the world of Zach's because they put so much emphasis on projected earnings revisions. It's not a real meaningless thing because analysts tend to follow the herd. Tends to be a little bit of a wag the dog situation where analysts chasing the price more than they're actually looking at the fundamentals of where the stock should be. So are they just sort of sticking their finger in the air, seeing which way the wind is blowing? Half the time. But anyway, guys, here's why Gamida Cell looks ripe for bottom fishing. The downtrend has been apparent. Well, the stock has lost 16% over the past 2 weeks. We should revert. It's basically talking about a hammer pattern. If you guys know what that is, wonderful. If you believe in these types of things, great. Understanding the hammer chart technique, how to trade it. Basically, it's hammer pattern is when like the candle it closes and then the next candle it doesn't close below where the last closed. So it's basically a reversal pattern of the downtrend. It signals the bottom of the downtrend. And again, this says this pattern signals that the bears might have lost control over the price, and successive bulls in stopping the price from falling further indicates a potential trend reversal. Like any indicator, the hammer has its limitations, of course. Like charting and technical analysis it's part art, part science, part bullshit. So here's what increased the odds of a turnaround. Upward trend in earnings estimate revision can be seen in Gamida lately, which can certainly be considered bullish indicator. The current year has increased 5.9% over the past 30 days, meaning that Wall Street analysts covering Gamida are majorly in agreement about the company's potential to better report earnings than they have predicted earlier. They have a Zach score of 2, which is a buy. Zach's their proprietary method. You may believe in it, you may not, but I think overall it's a much better thing than not that analysts are going ahead and upgrading the stock. Guys, this is the Longwood Healthcare Leaders Spring 2023 MIT conference. This is over on the Twitter. Again, I couldn't find the actual audio of this one, but if you would like to give it a listen, I'm sure you could search it out. I didn't look super hard. And this is back to lifescienceevents.com, Gamida Cell Investor Day. So if you would like to tune in and listen to the presentation, June 29, 2023, it is 8 a.m. Eastern time. So I will have to wake my happy butt up about 4 a.m. to get in the office by 5. But I'll try to live stream that for you guys if anybody's interested, featuring key opinion leaders, Stephen Devine, and we already heard about these guys. What else was I going to tell you about here, guys? What do you think? I just want to hear from people who really understand this a lot better than me. Everyone on the forums, everything I've read is saying, basically when this, they're able to reach this market quite readily because there's a limited number of transplant centers that will be utilizing a drug like this. They already have agreement from a lot of the insurance companies that they're going to pay the price that they want, which is, 300 some $1,000 per patient. It sounds excessive, but there's, not that many patients who are going to need the drug, and the cost of time of development is extensive. As you know, if you've been in some of these penny biotech plays, pharma plays, for very long. So, guys, the stock looks really good to me. It looks like it is poised for a huge breakout. I see this line here. When it goes through this line, I think it's going to be off to the races, guys. I think it's definitely going to push through 250, guys. The market cap is way, way too low. Yes, the company does have some debt. There are some problematic aspects of its financing, but I think that pales in comparison to the scope of the opportunity we see here with this stock, Gamida Cell Limited, ticker symbol GMDA. Guys, down in the comments, let me know, where do you think the price action's going? Do you think we're going to see a partnership? Do you think we're going to see a buyout? Do you think they're going to have to raise more money and go this thing alone? I can't imagine that a larger company with more resources would not want to at least partner up with these guys. They also have some other interesting products in the pipeline. If you have any insights on those products, again, down in the comments, anything you guys would like to see here. I know I'm not an expert on the science. I'm not an expert on the medicine. I'm not an expert on any of these things, guys, but I can look at the chart. I have a really nice position that I've built. I'm well up on this stock, and I really like it. I continue to add at these dips. I've been buying fairly heavily, 500, 600 share blocks a couple times a day. So I built up a nice little position on the stock. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are on GMDA. Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you holding? Where do you think this is going? What do you think the key catalysts upcoming are? how do you think they get this thing to market? How fast do you think they get it to market? What are your projections for sales, say next year? Do you think they can sell $100 million worth of this drug in 2024? What about 200 million? Where do you think they're going to go in 2025? My sense is, without a partnership, things are going to be difficult. They would sell probably less than 100 million next year. I really like the partnership. I don't think they're going to get bought out cleanly, because I think at this point they would probably want a little bit too much money. And I think a partnership just makes the most sense for them and for the other company involved. Guys, that is Gamida Cell, ticker symbol GMDA. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. And just let me leave you. Have you ever seen a more natural trading pattern than this? I mean, this looks super organic, guys. No games being played here. No funny, short, dark pool nonsense and BS on my watch. Guys, this chart looks ridiculous. That's not even barcoding. It's like icicling from like a 16-bit Atari game like Frostbite or something. It's absolutely ridiculous, guys. I just don't know how much we can put up with it. Guys, Stock Karen is right up here. If you have any complaints, please direct it to her. She is our supervising producer. Hurricane Lopez is our executive producer. I am Danny Deals, a junior trainee analyst, and I am your humble servant. Thanks for tuning in. The time is 5:48 p.m. out in beautiful Los Angeles on June 20, 2023, and that has been a Topper time check. Thank you for watching. Poco Moss. Have a great night.